while lies destroys them. Today, we will talk about another character trait that can be displayed even at a young age. Our seventh character trait is being generous or generosity. Generosity often means providing helps to others by providing them an item without thinking twice. It's being kind and giving. When you are generous, you are giving or helping them others without expecting anything in return. It is not only an important character but also an order from Jesus that we must comply on. Do you all remember a Bible verse that tells us to be generous? Then let's see what's in Acts 20. I have shewed you all things, how that so laboringly ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he said, it is more blessed. Pay much attention to the last part of the verse where it is, there is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. In other versions of Bibles, blessed is used instead of happiness. It simply implies that we don't always just have to receive gifts or things from others. It is also important to give even small things. It is also good to help others in simple ways because that act also shows being generous. How can we be generous in simple things? Let's say that you have a classmate who's not going out for break time today because that classmate doesn't have money or food. You have extra money or food. You are generous if you volunteer to treat your classmate in the canteen or just give him food. You are doing it voluntarily and with your own heart without expecting anything in return. You can say that you are generous if you treat others but regret it later. Or maybe you expect them to treat you the next time or even pay for the same amount later. Being generous comes from the heart. You can't do it just because you want attention. That's not genuine. Another example of being generous is by supporting the weak. According to the verse, how do we support them? By helping those in need physically, mentally, or spiritually. You are already generous if you help an old and disabled person in the street. Or maybe when you're in the public transportation, the first seats are reserved for PWD or persons with disability. You can show generosity if you give the seats to them. They are strangers, but they are weak, so you must help them. That's an order from Jesus, not from you can also display your generosity spiritually. How? Let's watch this short video about someone from the Bible who was generous even if she is not in the state to do so.
Jesus was sitting with his disciples in the temple, watching people bring their offerings. In those days, people took their offerings to the temple court and dropped them into collection boxes. There were many rich people in Jerusalem. They lived in nice houses and wore fancy clothes. They also had plenty to eat. After they paid for their nice houses and fancy clothes and good food, they would take some of the money they had left to the temple for an offering. Dressed in their finest clothes, they would go to the temple when they knew a lot of people would be there. After looking around to make sure people were watching them, they would pour their money into the collection boxes. They liked it when their money made a lot of noise. And they liked it when people turned to see who had put so much money into the collection box. They hoped people were whispering, "Look, see how much offering that person brought? He certainly is generous." Jesus knew that those rich people brought only what was left over after they had purchased all the things they wanted. He knew that they had not given up a single thing. They had not gone hungry or done without fancy clothes. They had not sacrificed. Then Jesus noticed a woman at the collection box. He knew that her husband had died and that she was a widow. Many times she had no food to eat. The woman looked around to see if anyone was watching. She was very embarrassed because she could only bring a very tiny offering. When she thought no one would see her, she slipped 2 tiny coins into the collection box and hurried away. But Jesus had seen her. He had seen the 2 tiny coins she slipped into the offering box. Jesus said to his disciples, "This poor widow has put in more than all the others. She has given all that she has." All that she had, all of her money. As the widow heard Jesus' words, tears of joy filled her eyes. She had no money to buy bread for dinner, but she was happy to give an offering to God. Although her offering was tiny, she gave more than all the others because she gave it cheerfully and out of love for
While
God.
everybody else were giving their offering from their excess or spare money, the widow gave all that she has, and Jesus saw that. He said that she was genuine because she donated the amount from the heart. Unlike everyone else, the widow didn't possibly expect that she would gain money if she donated her coin. But she knew that it was for the Lord, so she gave everything she has. So, her name wasn't mentioned in the Bible. We get a lesson from her small record that we can also be generous if we give offerings to the church. But always remember that our offering must come from. Let's see another example. Here's an interview with Nico.
And I'm Ria's cousin. I'm doing accounting and business management in St. Mary Magdalene. I think I'm generous enough since I helped lots of my classmates in terms of financial and whoever needed some suggestions. And I really think I'm generous enough. I show generosity as a youth by helping others in terms, as I've said in the first question, in terms of financial needs or whoever wants some suggestions. And
generosity is very important in life since it helps you understand people more, and just by helping or being kind to others, it's such a blessing from God. If you help others, God will help you too.
Generosity is just a simple character, and we can display it by doing simple things. As long as it comes from your heart, it is being generous. It's like how they say that a sorry that comes from the nose is not genuine. Giving that also comes from your nose is Remember that the happiness that helping others bring is extraordinary. You won't only be happy in giving others, but you will be blessed by the Lord. That's the end of our episode today. But before we say goodbye, we are finally sharing with you the music video of our song, Millennial People. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you'll enjoy this small gift from us. See you again next week.
So young yet I can do so many things. Things that everybody can be proud of. Innocent and knew too many things, but that I will learn and catch up with everyone. New educators, me, let the people, my weekly idol. There's a rough road ahead, but with obstacles my future can be known. Walking the many and unknowable paths, searching for the way and follow the deep light. New generation. up. Without being shaken, we'll keep walking through our dreams.